Cheerleaders need to not only be fit, but be able to smile and chant at every game. Hi, I'm Veronica.
And I'm Nick.
And welcome to
WatchMOJO.com.
Are cheerleaders as in good shape as the men that they're cheering on?
Well, in fitness, we compare. If we're trying to compare the fitness level of two different athletes, like a long distance runner and a heavy lifter, we're going to use the vertical leap. So we see how high each of them can jump in order to compare their fitness levels. But if you're comparing a cheerleader to a football player, I'm going to guess the cheerleader is going to kick his butt in the vertical leap. However, if you take this tiny little cheerleader and give her a football and tell her to run against a team of big, heavy guys who are going to take her down, she's going down.
What fitness attributes does a cheerleader need?
Well, a cheerleader typically does a lot of jumping, so she needs to work on her metabolic training. Typically, she's doing a lot of poses like doing the splits and jump splits and things that require flexibility, and they do tumbling, so they do a lot of things like cartwheeling and backflips. You also need some good spelling skills.
Is there anything else that we should know before we start this workout?
Cheerleading actually brings into each sports team about $1 million a year, which is great, but the average cheerleader only gets paid about $50 a game, so you're better off learning how to play football or dating a football player.
Can you tell us about the workout that we're about to do?
Cheerleaders typically are very flexible. They've got tight little butts, they can jump really high, and they can tumble. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on your flexibility, we're going to work on your jumping, and we're going to work on your tumbling. So we're going to be doing some cartwheeling. So Veronica, have you done cartwheels before?
I have.
Well, what you know about cartwheels is it's really important is you've got to put your foot down and then you go hand, hand, foot, foot. You don't want to get that confused and do foot, hand, foot, foot, hand, which some people do because they get really panicky once they go upside down. But you know, when you're going upside down, there's a lot of health benefits to going upside down because it reverses the blood flow. And so it actually is really great for the skin on your face. And it's really good also for the heart. And when you're doing a lot of cartwheeling, it's actually getting pretty cardiovascular. And if you get good at it and you add in some plyometrics, you're also working on the cheerleader tush. So one of the reasons cheerleaders have these beautiful, long, muscular legs and really tight glutes, which are your butt, is because they do a lot of jumping. And so when you're working a lot of plyometrics, it's very metabolic too, so it helps you burn fat better, which is good when you're being lifted when you're a cheerleader. Typically, we would take a 30-minute break between 1-minute intervals, but Veronica's just gonna demonstrate these exercises for us. For the first one is a plyometric plie. Feet are a little bit wider than your hips, a little bit wider, a little bit wider. Perfect. And you're going to take it down into a plie, and you're going to use your arms with the TRX to pull yourself up, a little higher and lighter, and use more arms. Good. Push, 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 a little higher. So we would do this for 1 minute before switching into our next one, which are going to be the plyometric lunges. So now she's doing lunges, and again, I want you to use more arms, Veronica, and squeeze your core as you go. And now we would do this for typically another minute with a 30-second break, and after that 30-second break, we'd go into our third plyometric drill, which is plyometric squats. So again, pulling wide open, now we're hitting the posture muscles, and we're pulling the arms apart while squeezing the belly and getting into the glutes, the quads, and of course the hamstrings. Beautiful, 1 minute here, one more break, and then we would probably work on another body part like the core or the arms before coming back and hitting this again. And then of course we would wind up with some flexibility. Do you want to do flexibility next? All right. Cheerleaders are known for their splits, but they don't just do the splits on the ground. They also do standing splits, which are actually part of yoga. So what we're going to do is balance on one foot. Balance is very important. Proprioception is actually a really important part of any training routine. You're going to grab your heel, balance with your other arm, and then you're slowly going to extend into a standing split. As you relax into this posture, you can just keep pulling the leg up and up and up until you're extending your split. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take it down to the ground into a pigeon split, which is an option for people who can't yet do the full range of motion split. Are you ready? Yeah. So we take it down into the ground, bending the back leg, keeping the front knee soft until we're in a modified split. From here, we're going to extend this back leg, holding ourselves up on our fingertips, keeping that front knee soft so it's not locked. And you're slowly going to let nature take its course and gravity pull you down. And here you just want to breathe, Veronica. Breathe and let nature just pull your body down deeper into this split until you can take your hands off the ground. Woo!